What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. What's good? What's good? Let me see right quick. All right, welcome back, y'all. Welcome back. Today is Sunday, April the 19th, 2026. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? Let me get a quick chat update. Y'all press one in the chat if I can. Y'all press one in the chat so I can see a quick update. Make sure my chat is working. All right, what's up, Shep? Let me see right quick. What's up, Ed? What's up, Shep? Appreciate y'all joining, man. Appreciate y'all joining. I'm trying to do something new today. I'm trying to stream on X. Trying to stream on X. I don't know if it's working or not. Let's see right quick. I don't know how to work this shit, but I don't think it's working. But welcome back, y'all. Welcome back. It is April the 19th, 2026, Sunday. We are beginning a new week, a new movie, a new episode of As the World Turns, as society turns. We don't know where we're gonna go this week, but appreciate y'all joining, man. Appreciate y'all joining. If you haven't subscribed to me on X yet, make sure y'all subscribe. If you're brand new to the channel, right? If you're brand new to the channel, I got the free Discord link in the description. If y'all want to tap in with me in the Discord, I got it temporarily open. So if you want to sign into the Discord, the link is in the description. Make sure y'all tap in. Let me see right quick. What's up, Dorelli? Appreciate you joining. What's up, Victor? What's up, Shep? Ed? It's an Illusion, Mudvayne, AWB. What's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? My fucking lighting isn't looking too shabby right now. Let me see. All right. Anyway, I appreciate y'all joining, man. How's everybody doing? Let me get a quick roll call. Let me shout out your city, your state, your country, your region, whatever y'all want to shout out. Do that briefly while I try to figure out X. Trying to figure out how to operate X and go live on X. On my end, it's showing. I don't know if y'all can go over to X. Y'all let me know. Can y'all see me live? I don't know what the hell. I don't know how to operate this. Chat, public. It's public. It says schedule. Nah, I don't want no schedule. Let me see. What's up, Dorelli? Southern California in the building. We got Baton Rouge in the building. What's up, Mudvayne? Baton Rouge, Louisiana in the building. All right, we're going to get into the markets here in a minute. We're going to cover the headlines and the news. There's no deal. So in the Middle East, there's no deal. We got Idaho in the building. Shout out to you, Shep. Ed, Bay Area, California. Shout out to the Bay Area. It's an Illusion, New Mexico. Shout out to you, man. A lot of people out there in the Midwest and in the West Coast. Shout out to y'all. Damn, let me figure out this X, man. This is crazy. I don't know how to operate X where it constantly shows me streaming live. I'm not gonna worry about it though, but we're gonna keep it moving if I can't figure it out. Gonna keep it moving. It says that I'm live, man. It says that I'm live. So, but I don't see if I'm live or not. The stock market is breaking all-time high levels and records. What is going on? Wait. Huh? Did everybody just drop? What is going on? Did my stream kind of ended? Y'all press one if y'all can hear me. Did everybody just drop? Okay. Appreciate it, y'all. Appreciate it. I think I might be doing too much. trying to stream on X and on YouTube, so I might be. You said my stream froze. Okay. All right. Let's do some elimination right quick. Let's do some elimination. I think I'm. It could be my webcam at that. So I might have to. Y'all let me know if there's lag. Can y'all see me? Can y'all hear me clearly? If there's lagging, let me know. If there's lagging, let me know. Trying some new shit. I finally got back on camera. Here we go. Dorelli, everything seems to be checking out all right. Seems good now. Okay. Something weird just happened. Like, I seen everybody drop out of my live stream. It was only like 2 people in here. Now everybody's coming back, but it's all good. It's all good. I'm gonna keep a monitoring on it though. But the first thing I like to do is on Sunday, I like to come to the charts. I like to kind of look at different asset classes, different marketplaces. I like to start off with the equities. That's the markets that I trade every day. Last week, the S&P 500, the NASDAQ broke all-time high. So we're breaking records with those markets. The Dow Jones hasn't broke all-time high yet, so it's kind of lagging. Oh, what the? All right, let me try something, bro. Let me try something. What's going on? Let me Nah, they hating on the brother. They hating. So let me eliminate this. Okay, fuck the X. Fuck the extreme. I'm not gonna do that. Stream offline. Yeah, it's the webcam, y'all. It's the webcam. So we gotta dish the webcam. So I'm gonna cam down. Here we go. Cam down. Webcam off. We in the live stream. Can y'all hear me? Y'all press 1 if y'all can hear me. I'm off the webcam. All right. So I got to take the webcam off. Maybe it clears up. Just got back in. All right. I don't know what's going on. All right. Maybe the stream clears up. I got to cam down. I try to do the webcam thing. I guess I'm too ugly. I guess I'm breaking the damn, breaking the internet. Or I look too good, so I'm breaking the internet. How about that? I look too good, so I'm breaking the internet. So let's see if this works, man. If y'all are just joining, appreciate y'all joining. Let's start this over, right? Start this over. Appreciate y'all joining. Make sure you hit the like button, you subscribe to the channel, and also free if you want to tap into the Patreon, the Discord. Click the link in the description that gives you access to my Discord. Right, I'm letting a few people in. It's gonna be temporary, so if y'all want to get in, y'all go ahead, have access to it because I'm trying to network, build a community over there. Other than that, if y'all want to tap into the Patreon, the link is in my bio, right? Tap into the Patreon. That's where you can meet me and get me in a mentorship type of level. But like I was saying, stock market's breaking higher, oil coming down. Currently trading at $87 a barrel. We got a lot of conflict in the Middle East. We're going to see how that pans out. Bitcoin, crypto had a nice little rally over the weekend, but now here it is kind of retracing. We're going to get into all of it. Gold trading at 4,700. We're going to get into it. Y'all let me know if it's still lagging in the chat. I'm going to keep it moving. Let's come over here. Let's look at some headlines. Let's see what's going on. For my crypto people, right? For my crypto people, they don't know I used to be a crypto millionaire. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like we used to, for my crypto people, been sitting around for a while, holding their positions, going through life. I feel you, man. I feel you. Society don't care though. Let's keep going. I need to get some headline. Matter of fact, let's come over to YouTube first. Let's get the kind of the main headlines out the way. Let me go ahead and play this.
A fragile ceasefire between the United States, Israel, and Iran is being threatened by developments in the Strait of Hormuz. The United States Navy has seized an Iranian-flagged cargo ship, the Tuska, heading towards Bandar Abbas. President Donald Trump says the vessel was trying to breach a U.S. blockade on Iranian ports in the Gulf of Oman. In the past hour, U.S. Central Command has released this video showing the interception.
Be ready.
Motor vessel Tosca, vacate your engine room. Vacate your engine room. We're prepared to subject you to disabling fire.
Okay, we gave the flare.
Iran has vowed to retaliate against what it calls a maritime armed robbery and has accused the U.S. of violating the ceasefire. The Iranian military says after the attack, U.S. military ships were targeted with drones. Now, that attack of the Iranian-flagged vessel came just hours after President Trump confirmed a U.S. delegation will travel to Pakistan's capital for possible talks. He's once again threatened to destroy Iran's energy infrastructure and bridges if a deal isn't reached. But an Iranian source has told Al Jazeera that Tehran will not be taking part in the talks because Iran believes it's being deceived by the U.S. and that the two countries are actually on the verge of another escalation. For its part, Pakistan, which has served as a main mediator, is preparing for the talks. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif assured his Iranian counterpart, Masoud Pezeshkian, that Islamabad remains committed to trying to broker peace. Let's go to Al Jazeera's Roslyn Jordan in Washington, D.C. These latest developments quite concerning. The first time we've heard of the U.S. Navy, Ross, taking custody of an Iranian ship during this blockade. What more are we hearing first from CENTCOM?
Well, what CENTCOM is saying now in a statement to the media and to the public writ large is that since this blockade started in the past week on the orders of the U.S. President Donald Trump, that it has been able to turn back some 25 vessels. This incident, which happened on Sunday in the Gulf of Oman, is the first time that the U.S. military has actually used force in order to prevent a vessel, an Iranian vessel, from violating the U.S. blockade. Now, it is worth pointing out that earlier on Sunday afternoon here in the United States, Donald Trump on his personal social media platform announced that the USS Spruance, which is a guided missile destroyer, had intervened with the sailing of the vessel, the Tuska, which is owned by the Iranian government and thus was already a sanctioned vessel and was subject to being intercepted by the U.S. military anyway under U.S. practice. The president and then CENTCOM confirmed that the Tuska would not stop its transit toward Bandar Abbas, one of the Iranian ports, and that after 6 hours of trying to verbally stop it from transiting the Gulf of Oman, that is when the video that we all just saw, the U.S. Spruance crew giving a verbal warning that it was going to basically disable the engine room and basically stop the Tuska in its tracks. And then after that verbal warning, then several shots were fired from a particular gun on board the Spruance, disabling the Tuska, at which point members of the Marine Corps boarded the vessel and apparently have taken control of the vessel. The Iranians, for their part, are denying that this has happened, that the U.S. Navy and the Marines were repelled, and that the Iranians maintain control of the Tuska. Whichever is the case, this is the first such military intervention during this blockade. This does put into jeopardy, perhaps, the U.S.'s efforts to have a second round of negotiations with Iranian officials in Islamabad starting late on Monday night.
Right, and President Trump has said that a U.S. delegation was on its way to Islamabad. Do we know more about that, who he's sending and what details they have on what they're planning in Islamabad?
Well, we don't know specifically what the U.S. delegation is taking to Islamabad to try to convince Iran that there is a way to end this war, which is in its 8th week. But we do know that the U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance is leading this delegation, along with the Special Envoy Steve Witkoff and the president's son-in-law and unofficial government employee Jared Kushner. Now, again, what they're going to take to the Iranians to possibly persuade the Iranians to cut a deal in order to end the war, that's really up in the air, especially now that there has been this active military intervention of an Iranian-flagged vessel on the high seas. We don't know whether or not the Iranians are going to make good on their threat to not show up in Islamabad. They had been saying before this incident was reported that they weren't going to show up because the U.S. blockade was still in effect, and that the Iranians felt that there was nothing to discuss as long as the U.S. was trying to block all traffic in and out of Iranian ports. Whether this intervention now makes a difference, we'll have to see. It's going to be a very long 24 hours before we actually see what happens.
Indeed. Rosalind, thank you very much for that. That's Rosalind.
So there y'all have it. That's the current update with the Strait of Hormuz and the geopolitical stuff going over there in the Middle East. It's been 8 weeks. 8 weeks since this conflict popped off 2 months ago. I pretty much was predicting it ahead of time, but now I don't know where they're trying to go with this. There's a lot of components to this. So let's come over to X. If y'all just joining, man, make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe. It's an illusion. Tweeter in chief gonna threaten to kill a whole civilization again. I'm sure, man, it's going, you already know how it's going out there, man, as far as Donald J. Let's come over here. I figured it out. I'm live on X. I kind of figured it out while that video was playing. I kind of going. So if y'all want to come over here on X, or if you're on X, now you can watch me on X. Let me see if I can click on this. Click on this. Yeah, there I am. I'm live on X right there. So I finally figured it out. Let me go back. So let's come over on X. Let's see the latest headlines and the latest news. Let me get into that, and then we're going to come to the markets. Just in, Bitcoin falls, and this was a few hours ago. Bitcoin falls to under 74,000 after Iran rejects second round of peace talks within the U.S. So there you go, second round of peace talks rejected. The USS General R. Ford is returning to the Middle East alongside destroyers. The USS Manhattan and Winston, joining the USS Abraham Lincoln, already operating. So America's sending their fleet over there to the Middle East, and you know, hey, it's not over. So what does that mean for the markets? We're going to get into it. Y'all just hang in there. Hang in there. If you're just joining, y'all want to tap into my Discord. The link is in the description. If you're on X, come to YouTube. The link is in the description if y'all want to join the Discord. It's only going to be open temporarily. It's only going to be open temporarily. Subscribe to my YouTube channel as well. If you're new to my channel, I'm a technical analyst, technician. And if you don't know what I do, you just got to watch my channel. Let's see. China's quantum computer did 2.6 billion years of work in 4 minutes flat. So that's the next phase of where we're going. We're going into the quantum age, I feel like, in the next year or two. We already got the AI, the artificial intelligence rolling. We got the robotics and automation coming. We already got digital currencies and blockchain systems. And then the next phase of all of this is probably going to be quantum technology. So they're already using this shit. They actually had to put the quantum computers to the side. Everything else has to catch up. But the quantum computers is the end game, right? So y'all might want to just kind of keep up with the quantum age, right? Keep up with the quantum age. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe. Check it out for my working people, right? Not to tease nobody, but hey, life is a game, right? When I'm having fun on Sunday, right? We having fun right now, but the time touches 6 to 7 o'clock p.m. You know what I'm saying? This how you feel. How many of y'all feel like that, man? Heading back to work tomorrow, right? How many of y'all feel like that? We tired, boss. We tired. Let's hear what breaking news from Alex Jones, right? Let's hear what Alex Jones has to say. You know, he's always interesting, and he calls a lot of shit. So I'm just going through the news headline. I can't keep up because what I do, I watch the markets most of my time. I can't keep up with every news headline. So I try my best to kind of resource. I wish I had artificial intelligence. I wish I had a AI assistant that can do all this shit for me, but I can't keep up with everything on the day to day. So let's hear other people's opinions and how they're feeling.
Well, Trump continues to insanely flip-flop. 28 times he said since this war started that Israel drug us into that we've won the war and it's over. More than 10 times he says that Iran has unconditionally surrendered. He said on Friday they agreed to all of his demands and totally opened the Strait of Hormuz, and of course they hadn't. And now he's reissued the threats to blow up all their bridges and civilian infrastructure. But Israel and the U.S. are already doing that, hitting hospitals, bridges, universities, everything else. This is just beyond insane. And he was drug into it by Israel. The Pentagon told him don't do it. And now Trump hates everybody that was right and warned him about this total disaster that he ran on not ever doing the Iran war. It's just amazing. And no prosecutions of all the deep state up at the top Democrat lawyer, Todd Blanchett at DOJ, on and on and on and on. And we're supposed to just sit here and love this crap. It's just poll numbers go straight down, and all the polls show the Republicans are going to lose the midterms in 7 months by a landslide. A disaster. A total and complete disaster. Trump is not that stupid. He's made some deal with the deep state to throw the election to the Democrats. That's the only thing this can be. And then everybody keeps calling me and asking me, Alex, what did Trump fire you from? They take it as literal. Last Friday, 2 days ago, he said, you're fired, Jones, like it's The Apprentice. I don't work for Trump. I didn't want to be on his Trump train. I'm 1776. MAGA just rode in on that. I'm for making America great again, but how about free again? How about honest again? How about not evil again? And so when he does this you're fired stuff, it's just junior high crap. Oh, you're not in the cool club anymore. It's absolutely idiotic. I don't want to be in the neocon club with all your former enemies that were never Trumpers and said, screw you, Lindsey Graham, and all the rest of them, and Ben Shapiro and Mark Levin. I mean, it's just insane. It's totally insane to watch all this happen. And now he just put out the Truth Social, basically a carbon copy. No more Mr. Nice Guy. I'm going to blow up all your bridges and all your power plants. I'm going to huff and puff and blow down your house, 3 little pigs, if you don't do what I say. And the Strait of Hormuz is still closed. It just goes on and on and on, just stunt after stunt, because he got trapped into a losing situation, a war of attrition. I'll be on the air today, 4 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Eastern.
So there you go. That's Alex Jones, his opinion. Yeah, I agree. One thing I do agree with him on, we keep dragging on and on and on. There's no end in sight. It is a war of attrition. What's up, Jay Manson? Shout out to you in the building. It's an illusion, or they're all in the same team. I believe that as well, bro. Everybody's connected. If you just joined, make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Going over the landscape of the markets. We're also going over the charts here shortly. In other headlines, so the stock market is breaking all-time highs, but people are getting laid off at record levels, right? So Snapchat, the social media platform, they're laying off over 1,000 employees and replacing their jobs with artificial intelligence. Snap CEO says the company is looking to slash costs by $500 million. The company says more than a half of its code is currently produced by artificial intelligence. Let's look at this, man. A lot of people getting laid off. I think Oracle a few weeks ago laid off 30,000 people. I think UPS laid off like 40,000 people. So yeah, it's real if you don't understand. If society is shifting and the wealth transfer is happening, money is moving, money and wealth is transferring to assets and etc. While everybody else is getting left in the dust. So you already know UBI might be in the future.
Citing the rise of artificial intelligence, Snap is laying off 1,000 employees. The maker of Snapchat is looking to lower its costs and find a way to become more profitable. Snap CEO says the company is looking to slash costs by $500 million. The company says more than half of its code is currently produced by artificial intelligence.
In the South Bay, San Jose.
Citing the...
So there y'all go. Snapchat firing people left and right. Let's see. What else can I talk about? Same old, pretty much for the past 8 weeks, it's been a lot of the same stuff. Not much has changed really. For my people that got to go to work tomorrow, I feel you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not teasing. Don't take this as me teasing, but it's Monday, right? We all dread Mondays unless you in the markets, right? So that's why y'all need to come over here and learn how to trade, learn how to do technical analysis, because if you don't, this is how life is going to treat you. Look, grown men, right? Grown men will weep in this environment right now. Y'all just hang in there. Again, more layoffs. Look at this guy right here. Look at the eyes, man. Look at him, right? But Meta to cut 8,000 jobs, 10% of workforce in major bloodbath next month. So they're already forecasting that Meta could pretty much eliminate 8,000 jobs next month. If you work at Meta, you might want to come tap in with me and learn how to trade, right? Learn how to not just trade, learn a skill set that they can't lay you off from. Let's see. Nobody knows why Iran is actually being bombed. Let me see. I'm not reading no long ass Twitter posts. So let's check this out. Nobody knows why Iran is actually being bombed. This is just another piece of the narrative. Iran mines Bitcoin at let's just round it off, $1,300 per coin. It sells it at 68,000. A 50,000 profit margin using state subsidized electricity, 700,000 mining rigs, 7.8 billion crypto shadow economy, all run by the IRGC. So here we are. Crypto is still in the background, right? Crypto, we're going to go over crypto in the charts as well, but crypto quietly in the backgrounds, if they are sustaining themselves, Iran, they're probably using crypto to do transactions to stay afloat. They got crypto, which is Bitcoin, and oil. So they're doing all right. It says it's the only revenue stream sanctions can't touch, crypto. Last time the U.S. hit Iran, Bitcoin's hash rate dropped 15% overnight. That wasn't a side effect. That was proof of concept. Trump created a strategic Bitcoin reserve. His son launched a Bitcoin mining company. He wants America to be the crypto capital of the world. You don't become the crypto capital of the world by competing with a country that mines Bitcoin for $1,300 per Bitcoin. You bomb their grid. So this post is saying you got to bomb their grid. It's probably underground. If y'all just coming in, make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe. BlackRock just started liquidating. I don't know how true this is, but some people clearly follow it. Bitcoin just started liquidating all their crypto ahead of the U.S. market open today. They are nonstop dumping millions of BTC and Ethereum every few minutes. Looks like a huge dump is coming on Monday. We're going to get into it when I go to the charts. We're going to kind of analyze it. U.S. military deploys sea drones to clear mines in the Strait of Hormuz. So we got drones, we got mines. I seen they got smart mines over there in the Strait. They can drop mines that have they detect sound. And if the sound big cargo ships create sound. And if the sound reflects off the mines, it can trigger these mines. So warfare is getting very sophisticated, man. Technology is a mother. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna cuss. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe. If you're on X, hit subscribe to the X, right? And follow me on YouTube. Get ready for a brutal market open. And this was a few hours ago. Nothing brutal so far. So I'm not really concerned there. China just dumped 900. Now this might be concerning a little bit. China just dumped 900 billion in U.S. Treasury holdings before the U.S. market opened tomorrow, which is today. Historically, every dump from China has been followed by a 21% dump in BTC. This is not good for the markets. We're going to take a look at it. Just in, Iran says no negotiating team, says no to negotiating. They said the hell with that. Again, Trump making threats again. Trump says, hey, they're going to blow up Iran. They're trying to knock out their bridges in power. Iran arrests 4 people for trying to import SpaceX and Starlink terminals into their country, right? So I guess we trying to get Starlink over there inside of Iran. We gonna see. Let me keep scrolling. In the year 2000, there were 9 countries without a Rothschild-owned or controlled central bank. The year 2000, right? That's modern times. Well, really almost 30 years ago, 26 years ago. The countries that didn't have any central bank or Rothschild central bank in their country was Iran, Iraq, Sudan, Libya, Cuba, North Korea, Afghanistan, Syria, and Venezuela. And we all see what has happened to those countries. We can see what has happened to each one of those countries because they wasn't ran by central banks, right? They still got some sovereignty in their countries, and they're standing. They standing last man standing in their mindset. So, I don't know if y'all been seeing this. Walmart is officially going full force and rolling out digital price tags in all 4,600 U.S. stores with digital screens replacing paper price tags by the end of 2026. I don't know if y'all been seeing that. It's an illusion. 10-year yield up a little. We're going to get into it. If the yield is going up, that means the dollar is going up. That means what? Y'all tell me in the chat. Is that risk on or risk off? Come on now. Put your critical thinking cap on. Is that risk on or is that risk off? Is that risk on or risk off? AWB. Why is Russia, China not on that list of central banks? I don't know, AWB. They might have central banks, bro. It's an illusion. Risk off. Y'all are right. Wait. Yes, y'all are right. Y'all lost me right quick. Yes, risk off environment. What's up, Jay Manson? What's up, Shep? Risk off environment. So if the yields is going up, the dollar's going up, that means stock market, other things could potentially come down. Now, I got to take a look at it. Just because it's going up a little bit, don't get too, this happens. Just wait till I get the charts. I'll explain what I see. But yeah, Walmart, right? They're going completely digital with the price tags. So they can instantly right there, no employees. They don't even need employees to go swap out the price tags anymore. I remember working in retail at one point, and yeah, people used to have to go out there, swap out the price tags. Not no more. Everything going digital. Let's see what they got to say.
It's America's biggest retailers rolling out digital shelf price labels for all its stores by the end of the year. Walmart says that having digital price labels will help its store personnel do their jobs better and more effectively and ensure that prices are more uniform across different geographies. But the move is somewhat controversial, as some are worried that having the ability to quickly adapt price labels on the fly could lead to things like demand-based pricing that shifts prices for higher or lower depending on how changing dynamics happen for supply chains. Now, some lawmakers are already in the process of introducing legislation to ban the use of digital shelf labels, or DSLs. It's America's biggest retailers rolling out digital.
So there y'all have it. It should be kind of concerning, right? Because it's gonna be a demand-based society out here. When we need tissue paper, you remember during the pandemic, everybody was flocking to get tissue. Well, when they see everybody flocking to buy certain things, and they're using algorithms to determine this, but when they see people flocking to get tissue, they're gonna instantly raise the price right there. You know what I'm saying? Tissue price is gonna be like the price of gasoline, gas right now. Food prices, you know what I'm saying? Essentials is just going to go up because if everybody's flocking for one thing, they can instantly raise the price right there at the store. That is Agenda 2030. We almost there, y'all. We almost at Agenda 2030. So y'all get your mind right. Let me read the chat. It's an illusion. I heard some Walmarts already have customer credit score and they reprice things. Yeah, I don't even shop at Walmart. I go against the grain. I don't shop at Walmart. I go other ways to get what I need. But yeah, I'm sure they run in store credit profiles on everybody. President Trump, unfortunately, we have to start dropping bombs on Iran again. I think it's going to happen. That's your president, right? Just in Europe recommends remote work and expanded public transport to reduce fuel demand. So they're trying to in the European Union, they're trying to get people to work from home, right? And they're trying to do public transportation, something we don't really have over in the United States like that. Just then, BlackRock predicts the global $10 trillion per day financial data. Now check this out. I find this interesting, and I don't know if BlackRock said this or not. This is just the internet. Dorelli, I stopped shopping at Walmart after they stopped selling ammo. Yeah, they went blue. Jay Manson, I use wipes. I'm sensitive. Jay Manson, you crazy, bro. You crazy. AWB, boss, the live stream on X is crisp. Is it? Okay. Appreciate it, man. I'm over here looking at it. If y'all on X, y'all subscribe to me on X. Subscribe to me on YouTube. know what I'm saying? I'm trying to multi-stream because guess what? One platform might kind of stifle my growth. I feel like, I feel like I need to grow a little bit. It's like, the type of things I talk about, I don't talk about controversial things, but it's kind of stagnant over there. They kind of want you to pay to play too. These social media platforms, they want you to pay to play a little bit. And I'm trying to maximize the freeness until I have to pay, if you get what I'm saying. But check this out. BlackRock predicts the global 10 trillion per day financial data flowing through the submarine cable could damage 150 trillion annual bank payments, SWIFT message systems, securities trades, foreign exchange, credit card authorization, and other cross-border financial flows. So we got underwater cables, fiber cable that allow us to run our systems, and they could be threatened if there is some type of war, and it could knock shit out. If they knock out these cables, bro, it might be a long time before they come back up. Iran says it will cut the global internet, financial cable, and undersea tier 1 cables that could lead to major setback to the Western world. And that's interesting because, we used to speculate on a cyber attack, right? Well, instead of a cyber attack, this makes more sense. Knock out, cut the wire under the ocean to cut the internet off temporarily. And that'll be catastrophic. I won't be able to stream to y'all. We won't be able to trade. We won't be able to transact money. That's really the end game until they bring the cable back online, which they probably can already have a cable ready, but they're gonna drag it out, right? And when that happens, everything gets knocked offline. Stock market is still gonna be trading. You better believe that. Stock market is still gonna be trading. And that's when they're probably gonna do the whole wealth transfer. Now, this is all speculation. This is all theory and speculation. I'm not saying this stuff will happen. I'm just saying, hey, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, hey, that's what possibility. What's up, Night Owl? I ain't seen you in a while, bro. If you know who actually founded Rome, you understand better what DJT is doing and why. Night Owl, come back to the Discord, bro. Come back to the Discord. Let us know. Sit in the line. Night Owl, I need you to come back to the Discord and explain, bro. Yeah, we got some people over on X, y'all. If y'all on X, y'all subscribe to me on YouTube. The link is in my bio, right? Subscribe to me on YouTube. If y'all want to get in my Discord, right? I got 20 plus people, 24 people in here. I got a link in the description if y'all want to join the Discord. It's a free link. It's temporarily. So if you're going to be a troll, don't come over here trolling or you're going to get up out of there. But it's a temporary link. It's for a short time only. Not out. You said you're always lurking. Well, come out the bushes, man. We miss you, bro. We miss you. Shout out to my traders, bro. Shout out to my traders right here. The final boss set up to turn a $10,000 portfolio into $34 ASAP. But check this out, man. This is how serious. When y'all want to learn how to trade and y'all take it serious, this is how it really gets. So there y'all go, man. If y'all ready to take trading serious, then that's the level you got to step up to. That's the next level you got to step up to. If y'all just joining, please subscribe. Please subscribe. Big warning: the next 24 hours could be very volatile. This was 11 hours ago. President Trump has warned of resuming attacks on Iran, and this will have serious consequences. Despite the U.S.-Iran ceasefire, the IRGC is still blockading the ships in the Strait of Hormuz. If y'all just joining, that is the latest news over there in the Middle East. Taking it back to old cartoons, right? Strait is open. Daffy Duck and Bugs Bunny, going back and forth. The strait is open. The strait is closed. That's what it seems like right now. They we using old cartoons before I was even born to do it. Let me see. What else can I cover? What else can I cover? It's a lot to cover, but I'm not going to cover everything. We're going to get into the charts here in a minute. Let me see. What can I cover? Let me see. It's a lot of weird shit on X too, so I'm gonna be careful. I'm gonna be careful what I scroll through, because it could get real. It could get really real right quick. All right. Nothing too much more. Agenda 2030. I went over Agenda 2030. If you don't know, that's what we living in right now. Let me go ahead and go over Agenda 2030 right quick, and then I'm gonna go to the charts after this. Let's go ahead and give y'all a fresher, or if you don't know, if you're uninformed, let's go ahead and talk about the agenda that we witnessing and seeing right now. Let's go ahead and get into that, and then I'm gonna come to the charts.
There's a very strong drift in the direction of globalization, of the ultimate centralization of control in the hands of unelected officials at supranational organizations.
They want all of the resources of the world in their pocket.
The bigger picture is that an attempt is underway now to collapse liberal democracy and replace it with global technocracy.
This is a coup. They're saying we can control with rules. We don't need currency anymore.
It's like an inverted prism. You are supposedly free to roam about, but everything you want to access is behind lock and key.
The potential for social control is gigantic and potentially irreversible.
They plan to commandeer land, reduce farming, and radically change the food we eat, transform the supply of electricity, and then dictate how we use it, and replace currency with a system of credits.
All three strategies are built on the premise of a climate crisis caused by carbon dioxide.
I do not think there's a climate crisis, and I base that on all the evidence and the climate data sets that we build to answer questions just like that. The government is very clear that they want a catastrophic story.
There is no single science paper that proves conclusively that humans control all or most of the global climate.
Europe's mad dash towards net zero is effectively economic suicide. Politicians are purposely impoverishing ordinary people, purposely deindustrializing Europe.
It's just tremendous amount of damage in the name of saving the planet. It does make you ask, what is it we're actually saving if we're paving it over?
I think what we're dealing with here is actually a global war on agriculture.
When you look at how many farms are selling out, we're walking into food shortages.
If I can switch everybody from real food to pharma food, then 100% of the agriculture industry can go through my publicly traded stocks, and I have complete control.
This is the biggest public relations scam in the history of the world. But it's far more than that. It's a blueprint. It is the action plan.
All life on Earth is going to be radically changed.
Everything will be monitored. The environmental consequences of every human action.
The general population cannot fathom the psychopathy of the vision that they're facing.
Once the digital ID is in place, it's game over for humanity.
All right, y'all. Agenda 2030. Lenny, you say the lady from the beginning. That's the lady. Okay, I got you. Yeah, I've seen her a few times. Let me zoom out. All right. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe. Y'all hit that like button, subscribe. I appreciate y'all joining. If y'all want access to the Discord, link is in the description on the YouTube channel, right? If y'all on X, y'all come over to YouTube. Well, hit the link in my bio, come over to YouTube, get in the Discord if y'all want to get into it. Now we're going to get into, if you're brand new to my channel, we're going to get into what I do best, analyze the market. I'm like the night stalker of the market. I'm the watcher of the markets. I do teach other people as well how to do what I do. So let's come over here. So let's follow the money, right? Let's follow the money. So that's what we do. The first thing you got to do when you follow the money, you got to come to the debt market, right? The debt market is, let me explain it. And I probably explain this to my face turns blue or whatever. The debt market, the United States, governments around the world, they are bankrupt. So they have to issue treasuries, right? The treasuries are the debt notes. And whenever we need capital, whenever we need money, we got to print up debt and we got to exchange it for currency. The currency that we exchange it for is the United States dollar. The United States dollar is not part of the United States. As you can see, the dollar is a global tool, right? It's a global tool from what I was about to say. It's a tool, it's a financial weapon from a third party. The third party is the central bank. The central bank in America or the United States is the Federal Reserve. Just because they have federal in front of their name does not mean they're part of the federal government. A lot of people, you'll be surprised how many people think the Federal Reserve is a part of the United States government. They're not. They are a foreign entity that is operating within United States soil. It is what it is. They don't hide it. It's just the truth. They're a private entity. They're a corporation, and they issue our currency. So we got to print out debt, treasury notes in exchange for currency, which is also a debt note. So I'm trying to find my words for this. We need money, right? So we got to issue up debt. And whenever the Federal Reserve buys our debt, they issue us currency, which is the United States dollar, and plus interest. So it's like, here you go. You need $1 trillion. We'll buy $1 trillion in treasuries, and we'll give you $1 trillion in cash, but we want interest on top of that, right? So that's the game. So that's why we got to start with the debt market. Also the dollar is a financial fucking nightmare. The dollar is a financial nightmare because us as citizens, us as a society, we believe fully in the dollar, right? We buy groceries, we buy food with dollars. We gotta pay rent and mortgages with dollars. We gotta finance with dollars. You know what I'm saying? Everything is either dollar based or debt based. And the dollar is an illusion as far as like it does more than the functionality that we use it for every day. Okay, make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe. Hit that like button, subscribe. Who we got on X? Okay, appreciate y'all joining on X. So the dollar, it does more than our day-to-day functions. The dollar also is a financial weapon as far as we can sanction people if countries, we use military might in the United States dollar, right? If countries, and I showed y'all that list with all the countries that don't have central banks. If countries don't want to get in line with Western order, right? We weaponize the dollar against a country. For example, Iran or Venezuela. We weaponize the dollar and bankrupt the countries, right? We start bankrupting the countries. Or Russia, for example. Russia was a part of the system. Russia got out of line. We sanctioned them. We cut them off. We seized their bank accounts. We're using dollars to do that, right? The dollar, we can influence economies because everybody has to use dollars to do trade globally, right? So we can really hurt other countries weaponizing the dollar. So I'm not going to get into a long spiel with that, but my whole point in this right here is we got to start when you do analysis, when you want to do a large, broad scope analysis, and that's what I'm doing. I even do precision. If y'all want to get into scalping and high frequency trading, I do that as well, right? But if you want to get into a broader view of the market, a macro view of the market, you start with the treasury market. So on the left side of my screen, I look at the 30-year. On the right side of my screen, I look at the 10-year. The 10-year bond, the 30-year bond and the 10-year note, that's what I look at. The 30 years is the long-term treasury market, right? Long-term. It deals with interest rates and societal sentiment. But the 10-year deals with mortgages, debt, etc. Night Owl, you still going through Patreon, boss? Yeah, man, we in there every day. Night Owl, we in there every day. We in there every day. We in there every day, bro, every day. And people come in. If y'all want to get in the Discord, I got the link in the description. Y'all tap in. Link in the description. But starting with the 10-year, right? 10-year. So right here is the 10-year yield. But I'm also looking at the 10-year bond, right? The 10-year treasury bond. 10-year yield, 10-year bond. The 10-year bond is inversely correlated with the 10-year yield, right? So if the 10-year bond is going up, the 10-year yield goes down. The yield represents the interest rate market, right? So this 10-year bond is government debt. When it's rallying, meaning somebody's purchasing it, the yield is going lower. The yield is directly correlated with the United States dollar. So if the 10-year yield is going lower, and let me show you, if the 10-year yield is going lower, right? And when I say lower, this is what I'm looking at. If y'all not used to this, I don't know what to tell you. When a 10-year yield is going lower like this, It's in a sell program, right? It's retracing. It's going lower. It went up. It created a high, right? And it hit some key level, and now it's starting to break down. It's just retracing inside of a range. So I should see this with the 10-year yield. I should see the same thing with United States dollar. And let's look at the dollar. 10-year yield. Go out to the daily. This is the dollar. This is the dollar, right? So when we look at it, it's real similar in price action. Not identical, but order flow is the same. Order flow is the same. You can see the retracement in the dollar, right? It pulls back. It goes up, creates a high, takes out key highs over here, key levels, and then it pulls back, right? Now let's look at the yield. Same thing with the yield, right? Goes up, pulls back. So they're directly correlated. AWB, yep, we going for the all-time high, Lenny. Okay. So when you look at the dollar, right, it's pulling back. So whenever the dollar goes lower, I'm gonna quiz y'all again. When the dollar goes lower, and like you could see in the past few weeks, it went lower. Is that a risk on, risk off environment? Is it random at the same time? Is it random how the dollar, the dollar rallies up, the stock market breaks down, but when the dollar starts to sell off, the stock market rallies up and breaks all-time highs, right? And now the dollar has retraced inside of a range. What part of the range? Equilibrium. Also, you see the gray shaded area on the daily, the gray shaded area. That is a daily BTC, fair value gap, right? Daily fair value gap right here. It trades down into the daily fair value gap right here, the gray area, and it finds support. And now it's starting to rally higher. Now tie in the news, tie in the headlines, tie in the headlines with all this, right? Now, Strait of Hormuz closed again. Now the dollar's starting to push back up. When the dollar pushes back up, that becomes a risk on off environment for the stock market, right? For the stock market. I used to trade Forex. I used to stay in Forex heavily, right? So at times I like to look at the pound and the euro, So whenever the dollar sells off, you should have seen the euro and the pound rally up. So as you can see, I'm gonna show you the range, Dillon range, swing high. Let me show you swing high right here, buy side liquidity down to this low. This is my Dillon range. What am I doing when I find a Dillon range? I'm trying to determine a premium and discount range, right? Price, if you brand new, all price does is go from a premium to a discount to premium. It consolidates, retraces, expansion, reverses. That's all the market does. Repeats over and over again. If you don't know, the markets are algorithmic, right? They're algorithmic. They repeat the same functions. You just got to know what you're looking for. Price always seeks liquidity. So you can see the pound selling off, right? It hits a key level and then it rallies up. When the dollar sells off, you see the pound go higher, right? Dollar going down, risk on environment. So you see pound rally. You should see the same thing in the euro. Same thing in the euro. Euro goes up, hits a key level, sells off right here, creates a Dillon range, right? When the dollar was selling off, the euro was rallying higher. Y'all tell me in the chat with this Dillon range right here. Is the euro currently in a premium or is it currently in a discount? Y'all let me know in the chat. Is the euro currency in a premium or is it in a discount? Make sure y'all smash that like button, y'all. Subscribe. Come over here to Discord. Hit the link in the description. Follow me on Discord. Lenny, you said neither. It's neutral, right? It's neutral, right, Lenny? That's a good observation. AWB, you gotta be you want to be specific. You say premium. When it's near equilibrium, right? I'm neutral, right? I'm neutral. So whenever price is at equilibrium, which is the midpoint of this range, 50% level, right? At the 50% level is neutral for me. They're offering buying and selling, right? So is that random? So it looks like to me the euro is waiting for sentiment of the dollar. Like what the dollar's trying to do. Is the dollar trying to go higher? so that the euro could come lower, because it did go up to premium. When it traded up to premium, what did it do? It cleared out buy side liquidity. What is buy side liquidity? That's where they leave their pending orders at, right? That's where they leave their pending orders. Same shit that happens here happens in every market that we follow. Happens in every market that we follow. It goes up, sweeps buy side. Let's go down to a 15-minute time frame for the euro. Go intraday. Same shit that happens in the indexes happening over here in the euro. You see that? What do we see over here, right? Relatively equal highs. Relative equal highs. That's where they have pending orders. They leave behind their orders at a premium, right? We go up last week. Let me zoom in. We go up last week, clear out the buy side, drop lower, displacement lower. When we displace lower, right? We create a inversion fair value gap right here. Inversion. Just like that. Trade through it, trade back into it, tap it, and then we eventually sell off, right? Go lower, create another sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency right here. And then eventually what does it do? It attacks the sell side. What is the sell side? Right here. That's where pending orders are below the market. Sell side liquidity right here. Attacks the sell side. Bing, just like that. So yeah, even in the euro, y'all in the Discord, we can take advantage of these opportunities in any market that we review. Right? Any market that we review, we can take advantage of this. But yeah, SIBI, sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency. That would be your entry point. Sell off. There's even another one right here. You got to zoom in, squint your eyes a little bit. Let me zoom in a little bit. You see this right here? See this gap in price? That's the SIBI, sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency for the euro. Trades into it, sells off. And then they give you one more opportunity right here. Another SIBI, sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency right here. Trades into it. That's your entry point for y'all that are brand new. Y'all don't know how to do this. Those are entry points. When price trades into this, that's your opportunity to short the market if you was bearish, and then sells off. It clears out the target right there. Boom, just like that. Liquidity. Right? So that's the foreign exchange market. That's the foreign exchange market. And then also look, Friday's close, Sunday's open. Guess what? Let's take a little closer look. Let's take a little closer look. The market just opened on this candle right here. Right? Market just opened on that candle right there. It closed on Friday right there. Let's draw Fibonacci. I'm going to take the closing price of this candle and the opening price here on Sunday right there. Drag it over to the right. Or better yet, let me get a rectangle so it can put some color to it. Closing price, opening price, drag it over here to the right. Just like that, right? Is it random that price trades up to the midpoint of that? Is it random that price will trade to the midpoint of that fair value gap? No, it's not random. I don't think it's random. Trades into it. Now it's starting to show weakness to come lower. But remember, this line right here, that's equilibrium on the daily. So it's kind of neutral. It's kind of waiting for sentiment. What does it want to do? Well, what does the dollar want to do? Let's come back and look at the dollar. The dollar currently rallying. Y'all see that? Let's go down to a 15-minute on the dollar. 15-minute time frame on the dollar. J Mance, you said nope. Nah, it ain't random, bro. Same thing on the dollar. Look how the dollar's going up, right? Right now, I'm comparing the 15-minute time frame on the dollar, 15-minute time frame on the euro. Foreign exchange market, when it's running and it's real loose, it can be real clean. We're going to cover the other markets, by the way. Y'all stay tuned, right? Y'all stay tapped in. I got 18 people on Twitter or X. That's what's up. 18 people on X. Y'all make sure y'all come over here on YouTube and subscribe. But same thing on this market right here with the dollar. We gap up, open. We close on Friday. We open on Sunday. We gap up higher. You can see the dollar starting to rally higher. You know, U.S. coming in. You know, we're going to attack. We're going to come out and we're going to attack Iran. We're going to open up that strait. No deal. We got a deal, etc. All that bullshit going on over there, influencing the dollar. It's allowing them to come in these markets and do what they want to do. So the dollar is going up, and look at the euro. The euro starting to show signs of wanting to come down. It gapped lower, traded up to the upper, traded into this SIBI or excuse me, not SIBI, a gap, a real gap. And let's draw Fibonacci. Let's do this. Draw Fibonacci for precision right there. And now let's turn that Fibonacci. Let's turn it into like, let me give you my eighths. I'm going to show you the eighths. These are your quadrants. I'm going to show you the eighths just like that. And then I can also put on sixteenths because the gap is very large. So when I add sixteenths to this, all it is measuring the gap, right? That's all it is. If y'all don't know how to do this, is measuring the gap. Measuring the gap. It trades up into it. Look at the levels that it's respecting. You can't make this shit up. Look at the body of this candle right here. Right? It's laying right over the 50% level almost. Almost. But look how it's respecting these levels. So inside of these levels, it's showing weakness. It's starting to break down as it is not showing strength to want to cut through these levels. So it's measuring weakness. So yeah, I think the euro wants to come down and attack sell side liquidity as the dollar starts to rally. So that's how you use the dollar index with currencies. Whatever pair you're looking at, you want to look at the pound dollar, the euro dollar, and they trade completely opposite, meaning if the dollar goes up, the euro goes lower. If the dollar goes down, the pound goes up. All risk on, risk off, right? Dollar goes lower, risk on for currencies. Dollar goes higher, risk off for currencies. So trading currencies is very simple. And the same type of price action occurs every day, all day. Right? If y'all on X, make sure y'all subscribe. If y'all on X, make sure y'all subscribe. Hit the link. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. I don't know who all is watching me on X. Let me see. Let me refresh. Yeah, we got 19, almost 20 people on X. We lacking on YouTube. I think YouTube kind of suppressing my channel, man. But it's all good. It's all good because they don't want this type of information to be told, right? They don't want this to be told. That's the currencies. Next markets I'm gonna look at. So right now I'm kind of just waiting on sentiment for the dollar. Dollar starting to rally. Go back out to the daily. Going into this week, anything's possible as far as geopolitical events. Let me zoom out one more time. We're going to see, man. We're going to see. The dollar, when you zoom all the way out, you come out to like a weekly or a monthly, the dollar is just really consolidating, right? It's just sideways. The dollar has been consolidating sideways for about let me see. I'm going to measure it. The dollar has been consolidating for a full year. Put that in perspective. The dollar has been consolidating for 1 full year. So there you have it, right? We just waiting. Whatever the dollar's holding up for is waiting for whatever it needs to do. And that's why these markers are swinging back and forth. Let's go over here and get into crypto. Shout out to my crypto people. Right? Shout out to my crypto people. Let's talk a little bit about crypto. Right now, XRP trading at $1.40. Bitcoin trading at $74,000. We're gonna get into it a little closer. I mainly keep up with me personally. I just keep up with Bitcoin and XRP for the most part. I know about all the other assets. You know, I've been a crypto bro for a while, and I still am. But you know, I'm an assassin in other markets. So, XLM trading at 16 cents. We got Ethereum trading at 2,200. We got XDC trading at 2 pennies. We got HBAR trading at 8 pennies. Quant trading at $73. DAG trading at 0 pennies. What else we got? All right. We got IOTA, the Internet of Things, trading at 5 pennies. Algorand trading at 10 cents. A lot of great discounts out there on the market. You know, some things are at great prices, right? But it's like when, right? When? Well, I'm going to look at it when I get to the charts. ICP, $2.42. We got Sologenic at 1 penny. Chainlink sitting at $9. Cardano, 24 cents. Flare Network, Air, Dust, because it's at 0 pennies. And Solana trading at $84. $84. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe. All right, so let's come back over here. The two main markets that I follow in crypto is probably going to be Bitcoin and XRP. Let's go ahead and look at Bitcoin. Let's kind of zoom out. Bitcoin at 74,000. One thing that I look at on the monthly. Now I can zoom out a little bit further, and I've done that for y'all in my last live stream, but I'm not going to do that here. But Bitcoin, one thing that I'm looking at is this inversion fair value gap right here. I'm gonna highlight that on the monthly time frame. This was a BTC, buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency, but it has turned into an inversion fair value gap. Just like that, inversion. So what did we do? We traded down. Normally it'll act as a BTC, but we traded through it. We inverted it. And now I'm gonna draw my quadrants right here. I'm gonna take the 16ths off, even though I could keep them on, but my chart looks a little busy. So I'm gonna probably drop these down to the 8ths, just like that. Right. If y'all got any questions, y'all let me know in the chat. Right. Y'all don't feel free. Feel free to ask questions. Yeah, I got 19 people over here on X, right? 19 people on X. All right, so yeah, got my quadrants. And what do we do so far? Bitcoin traded down through it and we rallied back up. We rallied back up and we tapped the 0.25 level of the inversion fair value gap and we rejected it very smoothly. So let's kind of go down a little lower, right? Let's go down to the daily. This is a monthly time frame. Let's go down to the daily. Going down to the daily, right? What do we just do? Oh yeah, this might be setting up. Hey yo, what do we read on X? Is BlackRock really selling Bitcoin? Right? I seen that. Well, let's go back to X. Right. And if this is true, I'm going to walk you through kind of what I see. So if this is true, which I don't know if it's true or not, but it says BlackRock just started liquidating all their crypto ahead of the U.S. market open today. They are nonstop dumping millions of BTC and Ethereum every few minutes. Looks like a huge dump is coming. And they probably seen this on a block, watching the blockchain. Let me see. Yeah. So if that's true, right, let me come add my whole analysis to it right now. So as I come down to Bitcoin, right, as I come look at Bitcoin, price on Bitcoin rallied up. And this is a daily time frame. And we took out this high right here. Y'all in the chat, what kind of high is this right here? You see this swing high right there? What is that right there? What is that right there? Make sure y'all hit that like button. Y'all subscribe on YouTube, right? Y'all want access to the Discord. Y'all click the link in the description. What kind of high is that right there? Lenny, they can't dump all their BTC. They have to keep it for the ETFs. Great point, Lenny. Great point. Shep, buy side. Yes, y'all are right. Shep, you're right. Buy side liquidity. Shep, you learning. You definitely learning. Dorelli, liquidity. Yes. So if you remember what I said about the time frames, how we got parent time frames, right? Well, this orange area, that's a monthly fair value gap. When I drop down to the daily, the monthly is the parent time frame. You do realize, right? So when we rallied up, we took out the buy side liquidity. What is buy side liquidity? That's where they have their pending orders. So if you don't know, the smart money, the market makers, they're in and out the markets all day, every day. That's what I do. For example, and we go up, we take out buy side. Above this high are their sell orders. They have orders already predetermined in the market is short. So from the daily, high time frame daily, we trade up into a high time frame monthly, and we start dropping lower. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go intraday. Anything below the daily time frame is intraday price action. Anything below the daily time frame is intraday price action. So now if you start getting into like day trading territory. So let's go down to a 15 minute. Right? Go down to the 15 minute. You can see us trade above it, right? We go deep into the monthly fair value gap. And price starts to break down. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit more. What time of day was this? Okay, this was Friday. This was Friday's price action right here. So around 11 o'clock right here. I'm just going to show y'all right quick the precision. We're going to walk through it. 11 o'clock starts the lunch hour, right? There's a lunch hour. So right here, I'm going to highlight it, 11 o'clock a.m., 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is the lunch hour. That starts the lunch hour. And then during lunch on Friday, price rallied up. And every session leaves behind liquidity, whether that's buy side liquidity or sell side liquidity. Every session leaves behind liquidity. We rally up. We take out buy side right here. Buy side liquidity, which was the AM session high, the New York AM session high. We go up, we take that high out, we drop displacement. So we drop. For y'all in the chat, I'm going to test y'all knowledge right quick. I don't talk about it much, but look, we create this swing high right here. I'm going to show you different entry techniques. We create this swing high, this swing low. We create a higher high and we drop. The higher high, we take out liquidity, right? We take out pending orders in the market and price drops. When it drops, what does this candle right here turn into? This down close candle. What does that turn into? Y'all let me know in the chat. Let me get some participation going on. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Subscribe. If y'all want access to the Discord, y'all click the link in the description of the YouTube channel. If y'all are on X, y'all come over here and subscribe to me on X. Shep, you said inversion? Nope, that's not what it is, Shep. AWB, breaker. AWB, bearish order block. So, okay, we got many things, right? It's not an inversion, though. It's not an inversion, though. So, remember, high, low, higher high. The higher high takes out liquidity, and then price drops, right? Price drops. This candle right here, this down close candle, you take the wick high, the wick low, right here. I'm going to give it another color. Drag it over here to the right. I'm probably going to give it like a gray, right? That is right there is a bearish order block, right? So price breaks down, shifts market structure, and price trades right back into it. This is an entry mechanism, if you don't know, in the market. If you're looking to short, day trading technique. We trade back into it. They offer shorts. Although you got to sit through this consolidation, this sideways price action, you can see that it's getting weaker because guess what? If I add a Fibonacci to this bearish breaker, right? Add a Fibonacci to this bearish breaker, right? We're using the Fibonacci for measuring. We're measuring weakness. When you're bearish, you're measuring weakness. When you're bullish, you measure strength. We trade up into this Fibonacci. It's showing weakness. Look at this wick right here. It trades up, right? Goes lower. It trades back into it. But look, the highs are making lower highs, right? Making lower highs. See that lower high right there? We're not trying to come back any deeper. We're not trying to trade higher. And then what do? We break down again. And then these last few candles before we sell off, they keep making lower highs. You see that? So that's right there, your indicator for weakness. You don't need an indicator like the indicators that y'all know. All you need is price action. The candlesticks are the indicators. The candlesticks are the indicators. Shep, would that green candle next to it be an inversion fair value gap? Shep. No, right? No. There's many things though, Shep. I'm gonna show you different ways, right? And all in this section of price action, we're gonna stay here for a minute. We're looking at Bitcoin. This is what y'all asked for. You know what I'm saying? I can give y'all macro and I can give y'all right now, right? I can show you ways to get this money right now. And this is one of those ways where I can show you to get this money right now if you kind of understand these concepts. The point of the inversion the point of the bearish or breaker is we break down, we shift order flow. We also change the state of delivery, which is, I'm gonna get into that in a minute. I'm just showing you one entry mechanism, which is the breaker block. It's a breaker block, which is this last down close candle. You have to kind of know a specific pattern to understand what I'm talking about. The pattern is high, low, higher, high, shift in market structure, right? Break down. We broke market down structure. Yes, you can pick highs in this market if you know what you're looking for. But we trade back up into the breaker, consolidate. And then eventually what does the price do? Roll over, go lower, right? All right, let's come back. That's the breaker. Let me remove the breaker, clear this up, right? So some of y'all seen something else. So for example, somebody might have seen this right here. You see this right here? Y'all tell me in the chat, what is this right here? This candle right here. What's to the left? What's to the right of it? Y'all let me know in the chat. What is that? So not only is there a breaker, there's also this as well, right? There's also that as well. I'm gonna give it another color. Y'all in the chat, what is that right there? Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. If you're on X, hit the like button, subscribe to me on X. Hit the bio, go to the YouTube channel. Get in the Discord. The link is in the description on the YouTube channel. Yes, AWB, SIBI, Dorelli, SIBI, sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency. So you might not have seen the breaker. Well, guess what? Y'all can easily identify the SIBI. Here it is. Trades into it, 1, 2. But also let's add the breaker inside of it. When you add the breaker, that's confluence. Confluence is when you see multiple things overlapping each other. Multiple things that are confluencing together that gives you a better decision, it offers you better decision making. So the gray area is the breaker, the pink shaded area is the SIBI, right? What else could we add in this? What about these consecutive up close candles right here, right? What are these consecutive up close candles? What do we call those? Y'all let me know in the chat, right? What do we call that? Let me know in the chat. Consecutive up close candles. What do we call that right there? The opening price of this candle, that begins it. The opening price, 3 consecutive up close candles. Shep, yes, bearish order block, right? So that's even more confluence right there, right? So pick your poison. What entry do you like? You like the bearish order block? Excuse me. Yeah, you like the bearish order block. You like the breaker block. You like the SIBI. They're all selling and shorting mechanisms. We trade in. Look at the order block, for example. Opening price. Look at the bodies of the candles. You see how the bodies of the candles? Can you make that shit up? Can you make this up? Is it random? Bearish order block. Forget the wicks. Look at the bodies of the candles respecting the damn order block. Huh? Look at the bodies of the candles respecting the bearish order block. Can you make that up right there? Is that random? Huh? Is that random? That's entries. What if you want a more deeper entry where you got to understand the SIBI? You have to understand the breaker. Can you make that up? No, you can't make that up. So 3 confluences right there. Where does the market want to go? I'm just going to use this for example now. You see these equal lows right here? I'm going to zoom in a little bit. We're looking at Bitcoin if y'all are just joining. I'm teaching y'all how to look at the market from an intraday perspective. I'm showing y'all how you can come in, participate in anything you want. You can pull out whatever you want in these markets. They can't stop you once you learn this skill set. And I stand on that. I stand on business. Previous session, sell side liquidity. Yes. So you see these relative equal lows right here, the kind of swing lows right here. That's liquidity. That's where orders are. It's not random when price trades down to that level and it rejects. No, it's not random. It trades down to the level, reject up. Not random at all. But let's go back to up here. We're gonna put it in perspective. I might even pull out a futures chart for Bitcoin. See what the profits would look like. Right. So let's come back up here. There's even more entry mechanisms. So this is a 15-minute time frame, right? What if we go lower? Let's go from a 15-minute to a 5-minute. Let's go to a 15-minute to a 5-minute, right? When we go down to a 15-minute to the 5-minute, well, of course, the 15-minute is the parent time frame. But when we go to the 5-minute, it gets even more crazier. We can get even more details. So we go up, we take out the buy side liquidity from the the AM session on Friday, trade above it, break down. When we break down, again, up close candles, bearish order block, 3 consecutive up close candles on the 5-minute time frame. What you're doing is you're getting a better entry point if you're trying to short the market, way better entry point. Bearish order block right there, bearish order block. Look at the body of the freaking candle. You can't make this shit up. Zoom in a little bit. Look at the body of the candle. See how the body of the candle goes up and it just hovers right above it. That's your entry point. What if you want a deeper entry though? Look at the wick. What does the wick trade inside of? Y'all tell me in the chat. What is this right here? Look at this candle right there. What do we call that right there? Let me get the participation going. That's how you're going to learn for free on YouTube, by participating, right? By participating. That's how you learn for free. Just like that. What is that right there? What is that in the green shaded area on the 5-minute time frame? What do we call that? Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. If you're on X, did everybody go to X? Y'all let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat if y'all over on X or are y'all on fucking YouTube. And does X have a chat? Yes, AWB Sibby. Sibby. Let me see right quick. Does X have a chat? Did everybody? Oh shit. I don't know if X has a chat. And if y'all on X, leave a comment. Let me know if y'all are brand new. Darrell, you say you're on YouTube? Okay, appreciate it. Appreciate it. Again, if y'all on X, subscribe to the channel, man. Subscribe to the X. I don't see nobody subscribing, but y'all watching though. Y'all watching. Y'all definitely watching. But yeah, that's a 5-minute Sibby. 5-minute Sibby. And guess where you got in at? You got in at a deeper premium, right? You got in at a deeper premium. Also, you see the high, low. Well, first of all, let me zoom in again. We go up, we take out the buy side liquidity, and then we drop down, right? That's a dealing range right there if you don't know. So what you do is you take a Fibonacci from this swing high down to this swing low. Right there. And let's just drag it over to the right a little bit. Right, dealing range. You want to measure premium and discount. Zoom in a little bit. When price goes up, it barely goes to the 50% level. It doesn't really want to go up there. So it stays heavy. So that lets you know when it doesn't want to go up to premium, it stays heavy. It's very bearish, right? But you can still get a dealing range inside of that. You can still get a dealing range inside of that. And then it eventually drops, right? But let's come back up here. Inside of the 15-minute Sibby right here in the shaded pink area, there's also a 5-minute Sibby. So you get multiple confluences. It don't matter what time frame you own, you can still get in the market. You can still get in the market and do what you need to do. But guess what? It gets even more crazier. Let's go from the 5-minute down to the 1 minute. From the 5-minute down to the 1 minute. How much more precision can we get out of this? You know, how much can we skin from this? Well, guess what? You want something called a smart money reversal. What is that? You want a smart money reversal? Smart money reversal is when you're buying at the top. Like, so you see this high right here? We remember I told you smart money has their pending orders up above the market. Let me just spell it out for you. Let me spell it out for you. Smart money pending orders, right? Got to spell it out, make it clear for y'all so y'all can comprehend. Above liquidity, they will run it up above the liquidity and everybody will buy the breakout. I can't tell you how many retail traders will go in there and try to buy the breakout, but they run it above liquidity, right? They run it above liquidity. And what do they do? Smart money in this area right here, they have their pending orders right here. That's what it visually looks like. This is what it visually looks like. I don't know what other way to tell you. This is what it visually looks like. It goes up. They take out retail. Well, people that were shorting, they wipe them out. They liquidate them, right? And then most retail, they see the breakout in Bitcoin and they go in the top and buy it at premium, right? But what they're doing is they're offloading their long positions. They, smart money, central banks, we talked about them earlier. They offload their long positions and they trigger their sell orders that's already pending in the market. Algorithmic trading, I don't know what else to tell you, right? I don't know what else to tell you. Trigger their algorithm, trigger their pending orders. They go up, offload their longs, short the market. When they short the market, what are you waiting for? Displacement. Displacement looks like this when you start seeing it break down with speed, right? So even by glancing at this right here on the 1 minute, this high right here, you see that? High to low right there. Now, does it come back up to premium? No, it don't come back up to premium because it's very bearish. But let me remove that. It does offer you a entry right here. A 1 minute Sibby above the liquidity, right? 1 minute Sibby above the liquidity right there. I'm gonna give it another color. Let's give it that color right there. 1 minute Sibby above liquidity. Imagine getting in here and not even having to wait for the 15-minute Sibby, etc. Right? You get in up here where the smart money is getting in at, and guess what? You're comfortable, right? Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe. I got more people on X than I do on YouTube. That's crazy to me. That's crazy, right? Hit that notification, hit that subscribe button, and follow me on X. I guess X is where it's gonna be at for now on. Cause YouTube ain't showing me no love, right? I'm just kidding. So this right here, this section in price action, notice I haven't gone nowhere. We're looking at Bitcoin if y'all just joined. Notice I haven't gone anywhere. I see all kind of movement in this market. What I'm showing you is different strategies, different styles of trading. So right now on the 1 minute time frame, right, I see many moves right here. I see many moves, what the algorithms are doing, what the market makers are doing. So we got an original consolidation right here, right? An original consolidation right here. You see the market going sideways. And then what does it do? It drops, right? It drops. When it drops, it trades down into a key level, right? When it drops, it goes down and takes out this low right here. See that swing low? This is a 1 minute time frame, by the way. It goes down, takes out sell side liquidity right there. Bing, just like that. I'm gonna highlight it. Underneath that low is where they have orders at on a 1 minute time frame. Yeah, they drop it a little lower. They trade into this order block right here. See that? This down close candle. Yeah, that's a order block. Drag it over here to the right. Label it bullish order block. Right? They trade down, take out liquidity, and then the market displaces higher. So you can be somebody that likes to scalp, somebody that likes to scalp pretty much, or day trade. You could be buying down here and taking profit up here, right? I'm showing you different models. This is a market maker buy model right here. A buy it, go long, take out buy side liquidity, right? What does that look like necessarily? So let's zoom in a little bit. After they take out liquidity, they're going to send the market in the opposite direction. So they drop down, take out sell side. They are offloading their sell orders to buy it back and go long. When they go long, what is this in here right here? Y'all see that? What kind of candle is this right here? Y'all let me know in the chat. What kind of candle is that right there? Look real closely if you can't see. But what is this right here? What is that right there? There you go. Shout out to you, Shep. It's a BTC, buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency. They drop it down, take out liquidity, trade into bullish order block, displacement up, drop it down, offer a fair value gap entry, taps it, goes long. When it goes long, what does it do? It takes out buy side liquidity right here, right? Takes out buy side liquidity right there. Can't make it up. Let me label it buy side liquidity. Also, what does it do? See this right here? Trades into a SIBI. Guess what that was right there? That was a high frequency scalp, just like that. Bing, just like that. You see this sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency, SIBI. Trades up, taps it, retraces lower, right? Retraces lower. When it retraces lower, where does it trade to? It retrades right into this BTC right here. Buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency. What I'm showing you is algorithmic price action repeating over and over, right? Not random, algorithmic. Trades up. When it trades up, what do? Clear out more buy side liquidity. See these highs over here? Buy side liquidity. It's not random when price goes there, right? When price goes there, it starts breaking down. Why didn't it just run out this high? Well, that's the manipulation, right? If I was buying down here, I'm holding for this upper liquidity pool. But it goes up, takes out that buy side liquidity right there, retraces. When it retraces, you can use this fair value gap that became an inversion. You can use this that became an inversion, right? Or you can do this right here. You can use this BTC right here, another BTC entry, right? They're offering you dozens of entries because that's what they're doing. They're buying. See that? See how the bodies trade into that, respect it. And then what do? They clear out buy side liquidity. And remember, I just told you what they did. They offloaded. They was offloading their longs up here to short it back down. So over here on the left side, this is a market maker buy model, right? Market maker buy model, right? If you know where the liquidity is, which is back here during the New York AM session on Friday, they left that behind. Go into lunch hour. This was their lunch hour session. This was them in the lunch hour trading high frequency. Trades up, they offload their longs, market starts breaking down, goes into a market maker sell model, right? Over on the left, breakdown, shifting market structure right here to swing low. Once price dropped and broke that low after taking out liquidity, the algorithm goes into a sell program. And in a sell program, it starts not only tagging fair value gaps or SIBIs, it also starts using bearish order blocks. So you see these two up close candles, that is a bearish order block right there. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe. Bearish order block right there. Let me label it. Bearish order block, right? Trades up, doesn't hit that one, doesn't tag that one. So that's showing very heaviness, sells off. When it sells off, trades into a 1 minute SIBI. Sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency right there. Bing. See that? That's your short entry. Sells off. It rallies back up. This candle right here trades back up. Well, guess what it trades into? Look at this candle right here. What is that right there? This up close candle right here. That's a bearish order block. Bearish order block. Price breaks down, trades right back into it. Trades to the midway point of it. The midway point of a bearish order block is a key level. It's called mean threshold, right? Almost trades to it. That's cool. I like to stay below it. It sells off again, right? When it sells off again, price trades into this candle right here. This is called a propulsion block. So whenever you see order blocks start stacking, they're starting to build propulsion, like a slingshot, right? Kind of like a slingshot. So we break down, we trade into this propulsion block, which is a bearish order block. If you don't know, a propulsion block is another form of an order block. It's just a propulsion block. Trades right back into the propulsion block. Also trades back into the original order block. Can you see the precision that I'm showing you? Huh? Can you see the precision that I'm showing you? Trades right back into the bearish order block just like that. Bing, just like that. Drops. Next candle opens. If you want really crazy precision, you can take a Fibonacci. Look at this wick right here. See this wick? Fibonacci on that wick. Put a Fibonacci on that wick. You add your eighths. Right there. I can even add 16ths. Right there. So when I add 16ths to that wick right there, I know this is probably looking crazy and it probably sounding foreign to y'all, but if y'all want to learn, y'all hit that link in the description. Y'all tap into the Patreon if y'all want mentorship. Also, y'all can tap into the Discord. The link is in the description. But look at the precision, how price trades into this wick right here. We measure wicks. We treat wicks kind of like gaps. Trades right into it. Crazy precision, drops. And when it drops, remember the propulsion block, it's like using it as a slingshot. So it propels it lower with speed. And once it did that move right there, it just falls out the bed. Let me straighten this up. Zoom back in, zoom back in. Okay. Once it made that move right there, right? Once it made that move, it drops lower and it propelled it lower with speed. And that's when you start seeing these large candles and it sells off. And it sells off and takes out liquidity right here. See these lows? Sell side liquidity. Boom, just like that. So over here on the left, we got a market maker buy model. We take out key liquidity pool, smart money reversal at the top of the liquidity. Go into a market maker sell model, right? Sell off, and we target the sell side. What I just showed y'all was a universal trading model. So when I be like, oh, I'm a universal trader, this is what I mean. I trade both sides of I can trade both sides of the market, buying and selling. Universal, right? Universal trader. Not just, oh, I'm a long-term trader or investor, short-term swing trader, etc. You know, all the different terms. I'm showing you high frequency scalping trading. It can get crazier though, right? I can go from a 1 minute time frame, drop down to a 15-second time frame. Y'all know y'all love these 15-second time frames. Let me see if I can go back, find where I was. Right here. All right, 15-second time frame, right? Now, you know, imagine this 15-second being at a 1 hour time frame. It's no different. It's just you changing the time frames. But on the 15-second time frame, it's just this same thing, right? Same thing. All right. Let me it's getting kind of crazy, but I want to keep it on my chart. So I'm just showing you the craziness and the madness that you can do. 15-second time frame, this little section of price right here. Right? Price trades up. And what I'm showing y'all is back testing. I'm showing y'all how to back test. Without this, you would never learn this, right? You got to put in a lot of hours. Me doing this right now is back testing and practicing. So you got to put in that time. if you want this kind of precision. But 15-second time frame, every candle takes 15 seconds. To me, it's not moving that fast. When you start out, it's probably gonna be like, what the fuck? I can't handle this. It is what it is. But look, we rally up on this candle right here. When we rally up, we clear out buy side liquidity right here. Bing, just like that. Right? Once we clear out the buy side liquidity right there, let me label it. Clear out buy side liquidity right there. We instantly go into a market maker sell model. You see that on the 15-second. It's moving pretty fast. You know, it can get faster, but it's moving very fast. 15-second time frame. We create a SIBI, right? Sell side imbalance. Buy side inefficiency on the 15-second. I'm gonna give it another color. Give it a white color. Trade into that. That's a 15-second entry. Where do you want to get out at? You can get out at these lows right here. You see these lows in here? Swing lows. You can target that for a quick scalp, make your money, be done for the day. You can make a whole lot of money doing this. Sell side liquidity trades down into it. What also does it trade down into? Look over here, 15-second BTC. 15-second BTC. You can trade from here, done, out the market. But yes, of course, if you have a higher time frame perspective, of course, you can hold this a little bit longer. But if you somebody who want to get in, get out, get in, get out. If you somebody who want to trade every hour on top of the hour, you can do that as well. Every hour at the top of the hour. You can do that every hour, right? High frequency trading. Oh shit, 1 second. Let me refresh X. Wait. Oh man, did I end? Did my X end? No, it's still showing that I'm live. But wait. What is going on? Can y'all still see me on X? I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. My X ended. I guess I got a time limit on X. Okay, I guess I got a time limit on X. Maybe I was cooking though. Maybe I was cooking over there on X. I don't know. God damn it. I kind of want to restart it. But I'll live and learn. We'll do that later, bro. I'll do that later. But anyway, yeah, we trade down, 15-second time frame. We instantly go into a market maker sell model, sell off. Price drops. Clears out the liquidity over here. Clears out the liquidity. And then once we clear out the sell side liquidity over here, we kind of range a little bit. We drop down. We take out sell side liquidity right here. Take out sell side liquidity right there. And then we go into a market maker buy model. Just like that, right? Sell model, buy model. And then we eventually return back up to this high right here. And target it for liquidity, just like that. You can't make this shit up. What they're doing is they engineer liquidity on both sides of the market, on the buy side and the sell side, and that's constantly happening over and over again. Y'all press 1 if y'all learned something so far. You know what I'm saying? It can get real surgical. It can get real dangerous. But this is kind of what I mentor people on. If y'all want to join a mentorship, you can get this kind of level of insight. I'm not going to be doing most of my live streams doing this. Kind of keep it to myself a little bit. But if y'all want to get into mentorship, click the link to the Discord, right? Showing you real concepts. If y'all want to join the Discord for free, I got it for free temporarily. Come back to X. What's going on X? So X, I'm still live on X. So I'm not sure what's going on. I'm still live on X. Let me see. Y'all give me 1 second. 1 second, please. Or is that a replay? I don't know. I think it's live, man. I think it's kind of live. I don't fucking know. It is what it is, though. It is what it is. We're going to keep it pushing, though. But yeah, that's the kind of insight. That's the kind of level of TA. Is it too fast for y'all? Is it kind of overwhelming? Y'all let me know in the chat. We can also come over and do it live. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to do it all right now. Let's come over to the 1 minute. So eventually you want to kind of get to the point where you're doing this live, real time price action. I think Shep I think I was explaining that to you, how at some point you got to come in here and tape read real time price action. And that's kind of what we do in the live stream. You got to do this for months and a long time to kind of grasp it, right? This is a 1 minute time frame. You can see we're in the market maker sell model currently for Bitcoin, live price action, currently printing. We trade up into that SIBI. I'm going to need to zoom out a little bit, 5 minute time frame. Yeah, Bitcoin, if the dollar's rallying, Bitcoin is most likely going to come down. 1 hour. So yeah, on the 1 hour time frame for Bitcoin, we got a Dylan range. I would like to measure that range from this high right here down to that low right there. Like that. That's the Dylan range for Bitcoin. Does it stay bearish? Does it stay in the lower part of the range, which is the discount side, and start to roll over? Or does it want to kind of pop up and come back up to the buy side? That's to be determined for Bitcoin. But right now it's in the order flow is bearish for Bitcoin. Order flow is bearish for Bitcoin. Let's move on. I spent a lot of time on Bitcoin, just trying to give y'all perspective. Let's look at XRP right quick. I'm not going to get into too much like I just did with Bitcoin. That's kind of drained the hell out of me. And X is kind of like getting on my nerves right now. But XRP currently trading at $1.40. We've been seeing it rally. Just last week, XRP went up to $1.51. But here it is. It's still consolidating. So nothing really to get excited about. One thing, if y'all want to do, zoom all the way out, come out to the 12-month time frame. And I'm just curious to see how we respect this 12-month fair value gap. 12-month fair value gap right there. We trade down into it. Bing. And now we got 8 months left in the year, right? So this candle doesn't close for 8 months. So it's a yearly candle. But what you can do, go down to the 3 month, see how we close this quarter. You can currently see by looking at the 3 month candle, it's just consolidating. It's just consolidating so far. God damn it. Let me see right quick, man. So it says I got 10 people in here so far. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I'll figure it out later. This is my first time using X, but we'll see how it goes going forward. If y'all on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, right? Subscribe. That's XRP, right? XRP $1.40. It's just consolidating. Y'all all know that crypto is waiting for legislation. Crypto is ready, is waiting for politics and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So y'all hold tight. That's why I'm sitting here showing y'all skills and things to do to get y'all past, to do other stuff than just waiting for crypto. Next market I want to look at, I started in crypto today. So let's go over here and briefly look at the equities, right? Equities, S&P 500 breaking all-time high. Where it broke all-time highs, currently trading at 7,122, right, points. The all-time high is 7,185. And to me, it's in price discovery again. If you go down, look at some intraday concepts, you can see that we gap down severely, right? Geopolitics. Matter of fact, I got to go back out to the daily. Go out to the daily. What you want to do is you want to reference the all-time high levels. Reference the all-time high levels right there, right? Reference those all-time high levels. Subscribe, y'all, if y'all want access to the Discord. Link in the description. Link in the description. All-time high levels, and then let's work our way back down to the 15-minute. Remember, anything below the daily is intraday price action. 15-minute. We close here on Friday, right? We got a Friday close and the Sunday open. We gap down, right? So we got a new week opening gap. That's what we call it. New week opening gap. Fridays close, Sundays open. Right there. Most times I'll draw like a rectangle or trend lines, but I'm drawing the Fibonacci to illustrate it. So midpoint, new week opening gap. We're in the discount side of it. And it's going to be interesting to see if the stock market starts going lower. We don't have, I don't think, let's look at the economic calendar right quick. Economic calendar, got to come up to April 19th. So going into tomorrow, we don't have no economic news. So Monday, I'm probably just chilling. We're going to see. So Monday, I'll probably chill. Tuesday, we got we got some headlines on Tuesday. Who is this? Fair Chair Designate Wash testifies. Who is Wash, y'all? Y'all tell me who is the Fed chair designate. So I guess that's the new Fed chair. Wash. That's a hard name to talk. Wash. Fed chair Wash. Ever since I started learning trading, ever since I came into technical analysis, all I know is Jerome Powell, right? So it's gonna be definitely a change for me because all I ever known was Jerome Powell in these markets. So going into a new Fed chair, that's gonna be new for me since I've been investing and trading. Supposed to replace Powell. Appreciated it really. X is live now. Robert, what up, boss? What's up, Robert? Shout out to you, man. TZ, what's up, TZ? You said he's paid. Yeah, man. Potential new Fed chair. Okay, so that's the economic calendar for the week, right? I'm sure. Okay, so since he's coming in, I'm gonna tell y'all now, stay out the way. You know, kind of I'm sure the AM session is gonna be chopping around because of this right here. So Tuesday, we're gonna be cautious. We're not gonna be jumping to the market on Tuesday in the AM session because we don't know what kind of sentiment this guy can bring to the market. He might, we gonna see. Wednesday, no news. Thursday, Friday, we got medium impact news. Nothing too serious. We got PMI Thursday. But we gonna get through it, right? We over here making money in the Discord, y'all. We over here, we getting to it. My community is really getting to it. We got an organic community. If y'all want to tap in, the link is in the description. I offer lessons and mentorship. I used to do signals, but I went away from that. Lessons and mentorship. In the mentorship, I can get with you one-on-one and kind of coach you up on these markets. So that's what we've been doing for months. We got profitable people in the Discord. And also, if y'all want to get in the free tier, the link is in the description. Y'all can come in. We networking. We building a community. Interesting people, right? We got people from all kind of backgrounds. What I was about to say, my analytics on YouTube, my audience is roughly between the ages of 35 and 65, right? So I got a very mature audience on my YouTube, very mature, some paid individuals because people done live life. You know what I'm saying? People do good for themselves in my community. So I normally don't get no immature type of community. So my analytics are 35 to 65. So people trying to invest, people trying to get this money. People trying to invest, people trying to get this money. So yeah, that's that. Let's come back over here to the ES. So yeah, ES gap down, right? I primarily trade the NASDAQ. ES, I want to kind of get back in ES, but I just fell in love with the NASDAQ. But ES was my first market in the futures market that I traded. ES stands for the S&P 500, by the way. But yeah, just consolidating right now. What I do notice is I would prefer, because we had a premium, right? Y'all know we had premiums. But what I would prefer is for us, if you was trading the S&P, I like this low right here, sell side liquidity, right? Sell side liquidity, previous day, I'm just gonna label it previous day sell side liquidity. Not that one. Right there. All right, previous day sell side, even though that was Thursday, April the 16th. I like that low right there. And also look at these lows in here. I like these lows in here as well. We are in deep premium. So yeah, I prefer the short, right? I don't want to get in here and chase longs because it's at premium. It can keep running up as well. But I'm waiting for shorts because price is in premium. So I like the sell side right there. I like these lows in here, right? If it rallies up, then yeah, it has to clear all this. This gap right here, the gap down for the S&P. This is about, I'm going to measure it for y'all. Opening price to closing price Friday. That's a 62 point gap in the S&P 500. It's not bad. You know what I'm saying? That's not bad at all. So I like that. If we come over and look at the NASDAQ. Where's the NASDAQ? Right here. NASDAQ, right? So NASDAQ, it hasn't really cleared the all-time highs yet. So I can anticipate the NASDAQ pretty much continue to go higher. So if the NASDAQ probably can go higher, I'm sure the S&P 500 wants to go higher as well. But we did gap down. So let's go down to the 15 minute time frame. Let me measure this gap right here. So closing price on Friday, opening price on Sunday. That is called a new week opening gap right there. New week opening gap. How many points did it gap down lower? open up to Friday's close, about 244, 245 point gap. You know, that's not too dramatic, but yeah, they do kind of want to probably make it efficient. All they need to do is fill in 70% of the gap. We're going to see. Same with the S&P 500. I like these lows in here. So this is the NASDAQ. I like these equal lows in here. That's where orders are. They got orders resting in the market. As a trader, I would prefer for them to come down and take out these lows. Do they have to? No, because the market is in a premium. They're very bullish on this market. But as you can see, the narrative going into the week has changed. Straight of Hormuz close. Again, if you come back over here and look at the dollar, let's say the dollar rallies for the week. Let's say, let me go down to the daily. Let's say the dollar rallies for the week, right? Let's say we go from, because we did trade down to equilibrium and touch the discount side of the range. Let's say it decides to rally up. Then that's going to be a risk-off environment for commodities. That's going to be a risk-off environment for stocks. We might see a retracement for those asset classes. Let me measure this range right quick for the dollar. We'll look at the 20-day, which is right there, 20-day range, 40-day, which is right there, and a 60-day. So right now I'm looking at a 60-day range for the dollar, right? I'm looking at a 60-day range. But also if you want to look at the 20-day range, I'm going to measure again, 20 days. Right there. The 20-day range would be this right here. This swing high down to this swing low. 20-day range is in a discount. 60-day range is in a premium. So the further you zoom out, you know, the better you see. But right now, it's in a 20-day range. It's in a premium. It just retraced up. Discount. It just retraced up. It traded in. There's a small little SIBI right here for the dollar. So we need to see how the dollar wants to move. The dollar is going to influence the equities. Lenny, this channel is all extraterrestrial traders. Yep. And if y'all want to become extraterrestrial and freaking crazy with these markets, you already seen what I did when I showed y'all Bitcoin. It gets crazy, right? So you can be buying and selling this market in both directions. You can do whatever you want to, right? I teach you I promote practicing in psychology and money management. It's not just what I'm showing y'all here. We get into money management, psychology, etc. The Dow Jones. Let's look at the Dow Jones right quick. The Dow Jones, right? I don't trade the Dow, but I still track it. You can see it's lagging. This is a monthly, 3-month time frame. Let's go down to the daily. On the daily time frame, the S&P, the NASDAQ both ran out their all-time highs respectively. But the Dow Jones still left its high intact. So it's lagging. It's the lagging market or the lagging indicator, right, of the three indexes, the three major indexes. So it's lagging behind. It didn't really get all that sponsorship like that. But the trade up to, it went up, took out this buy side liquidity, also traded into this SIBI right here. So, and then it gapped down lower. So it's in a funny position. It's definitely in a premium just by looking at it. I don't even have to draw my dealing range. I can just look at it and show you that it's in a premium, and it went up. It cleared out these highs right here. Cleared out buy side liquidity right there. And then it also traded into this SIBI, sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency right here. Traded into that as well. Bing, just like that. Can you get the precision? Let's zoom in a little bit. Can you get the precision in that? SIBI, buy side liquidity, takes out liquidity, closes on Friday, gap down on Sunday. All right, let's go down to a 15-minute. 15-minute time frame. As you can see across the indexes, same price action. That's actually pretty clean. It takes out high, trades into a daily SIBI, gap down on Friday, right? Gap down on Sunday. Closing price on Friday, opening price on Sunday. It has not traded back into its new week opening gap yet. So new week opening gap for the Dow Jones has yet to be retested. So I could definitely see it trading back up and filling a portion of this. I'm kind of letting them build sentiment for the week. because right now it's too much in the premium and they can keep driving it higher. So if we're trading these markets, you want to kind of be careful, be cautious, right? Smash that like button, subscribe, y'all. Subscribe. Sitting here dual streaming and shit. Let's see. Briefly look at gold. Again, I'm neutral on gold and silver, but I think it's neutral. I'm just neutral, but I'm leaning bullish. How about that? I'm neutral, but I'm leaning bullish on gold and silver. I kind of could see them cutting through this. This is a weekly for gold. I could see them cutting through this SIBI right here, right? We gonna see. It's at a funny point, right? It's at a kind of weird point. If we take the dealing range, which would be a daily dealing range from this swing high to this swing low, you can see it's hanging near what? Equilibrium, right? It's not really trying to leave equilibrium, or it's not even trying to break below it. It's just kind of hanging in there. Now, what's the confluence to this? It's hanging in the midpoint of the SIBI on the weekly. So those two things just indicate to me is neutral. I'm neutral. And I don't know if they want to break it higher and invert this, or I don't know if they want to reject it and go lower. Can you see how I could be neutral with my bias with gold? It's neutral. It's just consolidating at a neutral level, which is equilibrium, and also the midpoint of this SIBI, which is neutral, right? So I don't know. What's the sentiment? Where does smart money want to flow the capital to? I don't know. So I'm kind of just sitting back neutral on this. So that's for gold. Same thing with silver, right? Go out to the weekly. Same thing on silver. Similar price action. If I draw Fibonacci from this swing high right here down to that swing low right there, you can see similar things. You can't make this shit up, bro. Once you see this, you can't unsee it. But it's kind of neutral, in a neutral position. Equilibrium. When it's at equilibrium, they're allowing buyers and sellers to come into the marketplace at the same time, right? So buyers want to buy the breakout, sellers want to short it. Me, I'm waiting. I'm sitting back waiting, sitting on the sidelines. So as it's sitting near equilibrium, y'all in the chat, what kind of gap is this right here? Or what kind of block is this? What is this? What do y'all see right here, over here in these candles, this area and price? What is this right here? I'm testing your knowledge. If you're new to my channel, I like to do pop quizzes. But what is this? What is this right here? Anybody? What is that? What is that area and price? The rally, suspension block. Lenny, suspension block. AWB, floating fair value gap, suspension gap. The proper term for it is suspension block. I think it should be suspension gap, but it's suspension block. That's the proper term for it. And yes, whenever you got two volume imbalances, if you don't know what a volume imbalance is, it's a candle right here, right? It's a candle that it's two candles that the bodies don't overlap. That's a volume imbalance. So we got one at the top of it where these bodies don't overlap, meaning they don't touch. There's a gap in price and they don't touch. We call that volume imbalance. Same thing below. These two candles right here, they don't touch. That's a volume imbalance, right? There's an imbalance in price where price didn't touch each other. The wicks overlap, but the bodies don't overlap. For example, these candles right here, you see these? They're overlapping each other. When you get two of them on above a candle and below a candle, we call that a suspension block. Because why? This candle right here is floating. It's just floating and it's being suspended between two volume imbalances. So it's just sitting there floating, suspended in between two volume imbalances, and then price is going to want to refer to that, and you can see where it refers to. If I just sit back, right? Let's do this. If I just do this, take this and just highlight this area right here. You tell me if it's random. Is it random how price would just sit inside of this gap right here? You see that? Look at the precision. Look at the precision in that. Can you make that up, or is that algorithmic? Taking the volume imbalance right here, and price is just sitting wedged between that. It's just resting there. Real quiet, real neutral, not really making the move. Just hanging in there. You can't make that up. And that's why I say I'm kind of neutral right now in silver and gold. This chart is silver. Can't make that up. Yep. Y'all are all right, man. Y'all all right. So that's silver. Oil. very volatile, back down to $86, right? But we're not seeing any type of relief at the pump. We're not seeing any type of relief with grocery bills, none of that shit. Oil, very volatile. I still think it's bullish. Any little small event will send this market either way, right? So let's play devil's advocate or whatever. You know what I'm saying? This is the dealing range that I have for oil. It's a monthly dealing range. If price decided to come crashing down for whatever reason, well, we got equal lows in here on the discount side of the range. That's sell side liquidity. That's around $55 a barrel for oil. I don't know what would drive oil back down that low. Maybe, who knows? But right now, I'm just not feeling it. I don't think it wants to come back down. I think they want to keep these prices high because more pain, right? More pain. Let me see, previous day right there. All right, we got those sell side liquidity below us. We also got a volume imbalance, what I just went over right here. That's a large gap, to be honest. It's not even a volume imbalance. Just call this a gap. This is a gap in price. We got that right below current price. Price can come back down and refer to that. We got that gap in price. And we also got liquidity above our heads, right? They got pending orders above us. So pending orders above us, buy side liquidity. Right? Let me label it. You might not can see it because of my range. All right. So, all right, we got orders above us. We got orders below us, and we just volatile. We're just ranging back and forth. This is a monthly candle. This month has been a volatile month. Let's go down to the weekly. I think we're going to see more about oil going into May, going into the summer months. I think we'll find out way more about oil. But this chart right here is kind of unlegible. I can't say that word. Unlegible. And it's hard to read. This is one of the hardest charts that you can possibly read. If I would not touch this with a can of paint, I would not trade this. I would not do nothing with this market because it's too volatile. Only people in this market are smart money entities, institutions. Retail should not be touching oil unless you're an insider or something. This market, all I can look at this and say is look at that wick right there. What wick? Zoom in a little bit. This wick right here, right? Large wick. We're trading damn near at the equilibrium of that wick, and it's neutral. Is oil going to blast off or is oil going to come crashing down? That is that simple, right? It's an event-based market, and we shall see, right? Event-based market, we shall see. But it did drop down last week, and it cleared out some liquidity. So I'm looking at, this is the daily candle. We drop down, take out sell side liquidity right here. Sell side liquidity, take that out. Smart money accumulates, and we gapped open. Well, we gapped down. We gapped up higher. So if we go down to a 15-minute, you're gonna still start seeing all kind of gaps in oil, bro. It's just too volatile, right? That's why they need to go to electronic trading so they can get away with this shit. We can see it more efficiently, right? Because this shit right here, you don't know if you was to have a position on. When I say position, a futures contract. If you hold these positions over the weekend, you asking to get liquidated. Because look, you close it because guess what? You was bearish last week. Oh, oil's coming down. So you put on shorts, and then it closes on Friday, and then boom, gaps open on Sunday and liquidates everybody. That's why I won't touch it. It's too volatile. Same thing last week. It was trading up, right? Trading up, retraced to close the week. I'm sure everybody's bullish on oil, and then it gaps down, liquidates everybody. So I would not touch this market for nothing, right? There is a new week opening gap for oil. You can measure that. You can highlight that. Closing price on Sunday. Closing price on Friday, open price on Sunday, right there. And you can see we're just kind of hovering. I would not touch this, right? If you want to get bit by a snake, go trade oil. You want to get bit by a snake, go trade oil. Dorelli, gas went down 50 to 60 cents. That ain't enough, Dorelli. 50 to 60 cents ain't enough. It ain't enough. They need to start coming down, at least $1. At least $1. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe. Hit that like button, subscribe. That's oil. Just know it's an event-based market. What do I got any headlines for oil? I don't think so. Let's come over to YouTube. I need a little water break. So maybe I can like oil. Matter of fact, let's come over to TikTok. Let's get some entertainment in right quick, and then I'm gonna finish it up. What other markets can I talk about? I pretty much talked about all the main markets. I talked about all the main markets. Let me see. Let's come over to TikTok. If y'all got any questions, y'all got any market y'all want me to go over, I can do that briefly. I don't mind. Oil prices. Let's come over to TikTok. Let's see.
Good news and bad news. The good news is Iran says the Strait of Hormuz is open for 10 days as part of the ceasefire between Israel and Lebanon. And because of that, the price of a barrel of oil is way down, more than 10% today. The bad news, you're not going to see that price drop at the pump just yet. You can see with this headline, the price of a barrel of oil is in the 80s today, 10 days after it was more than $100 per barrel. That caused the average price of a gallon of gas here in LA County to jump to more than $6. But even now that the price of a barrel of oil is down significantly, it's still $5.95 a gallon on average in LA County. That's because experts have told us it can take at least 2 weeks for the price of a barrel of oil dropping to show up at the pump. That's frustrating for some drivers who say they feel like the price can go up in a second, but it can take weeks to go down. Experts say if this lower price per barrel... Good news and bad news. The good news is Iran says the Strait of Hormuz is open for 10...
My bad, y'all. It's getting weird over here.
With word of the strait reopening completely, as the Iranians put it anyway, that sent stocks soaring. The Dow shot up over 800 points, while the S&P 500 and NASDAQ hit record highs for the third straight day. And oil prices reacted too, dropping about 10%. And as a result, gas prices ticked downward, but only by about a penny a day per gallon. To help us understand all of it, Money Watch correspondent and CBS Saturday Morning co-anchor Kelly O'Grady is here. Kelly, great to have you here.
Yeah.
So help me understand why stocks reacted so much today.
So remember, when investors pour money into the stock market, that's them betting that good things are ahead for companies. So in this case, that would mean oil prices come down, the strait reopens. It does not mean that it will. And I go back to remember tariffs last year, right around this time. You had some big swings. It was up, it was down, it was up, it was down. It took a while for it really to sort of come to fruition. And so think about this as really a vibes trade. It is investors having a fear of missing out on stocks rising, companies that were really oversold. But the market, it is not the economy.
So tell me about the economy and what does all this mean for gas prices?
So you're not going to see gas below $3 a gallon. That's where it was prior to the war, likely for a couple of months. Our colleague Jill Schlesinger, she always says gas prices go up on the elevator, they come down via the stairs. Why? Because it's not just the Strait of Hormuz reopening. There was a severe supply crunch from a production standpoint. Takes a while for refineries to reopen and for it to trickle down to you and me at the pump.
But the elevator's right there. Can't they just get in?
I know, right? That's one.
Kelly, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Good news and bad.
All right. AWB, boss, can you look at cattle and compare it to Beyond Meat stock? Just curious to see the correlation. All right, let's do that. We can do that. We can do that. Tell me what the Beyond Meat stock, what's the ticker for Beyond Meat? And I'm gonna pull up the cattle. What I have to do is I don't even know the ticker for cattle. Let me see. If y'all just join in, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. If you're on X, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to my X. Y'all do both. Y'all cross platform. Y'all keep up with me, right? Because I'm over here streaming on X as well. Let me go to the CME. Go to CME, go to markets. When you come to markets, when you come to the CME, you want to look at agriculture. Go to agriculture. What am I looking for? Live cattle, cattle futures, LEM6. LEM6. So let me go pull that up right quick. LEM6. Right here. Let me pull that up. LEM6 futures. Maybe I got to just type in LEM. Live cattle futures. Let's go pull that up. When I come over here, let's pull up the daily. Zoom out a little bit. Matter of fact, start on the monthly. Let's come to the monthly. All right. Lenny, BYND, AWB. All right. So that's the live cattle futures contract. And we're going to compare that to BYND. BYND, Beyond Meat. And goddamn, what's going on with Beyond Meat? Because it's not meat. You know what I'm saying? It's not the same thing. It's Beyond Meat. Beyond Meat isn't meat. Pause. Beyond Meat is not meat. That's why it's probably not comparing to it's probably why it's not comparing to real meat, live cattle, right? So live cattle currently trading at 247 units. I don't know what they determine their pricing, but it's pretty much breaking all-time highs. The history, the data goes back. No, let me do this. LE. I want to see the all-time history for live cattle. All right, this is the all-time history for live cattle. God damn. Let's go down to the 3-month. Live cattle prices have been around since 1976. That's as far as the data goes. So you can see 3-month time frame, perpetual going up. Meat prices going up. I don't know what they use, and I gotta learn these markets, but I don't know what they use to determine their pricing. Let's go out to a 12-month. And look at that vertical price action on live cattle, right? It just continues to break all-time highs. And when we compare that to Beyond Meat, go out to the 12-month. Beyond Meat came around in 2019. They experienced a blast off in price. And now Beyond Meat is in the dirt. Beyond Meat is dead, right? There's no Beyond Meat. So that's Beyond Meat in the dirt. Not much to look at, AWB. Not much to look at. Shit. You know what I'm saying? I would not put my money in this. I don't know. But if you want to come over and trade live cattle, then yeah, that makes more sense, right? Man, I think that's going to be it for the market so far today. If y'all got any questions, let me know in the chat. If y'all want me to cover anything, y'all let me know in the chat. Y'all over on X, make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the X. If y'all on YouTube, y'all come over to my X account, right? Check this out, y'all. Now I'm not being perverted or nothing. I just got to show y'all this. Do y'all realize this is AI? You know what I'm saying? This lady right here, this is AI, bro. This is AI. So I'm like imagine 71-year-old women looking like this. I'm not being sexist. We got women in here, but I'm just saying, look how crazy AI is getting. That's why I had to say that. But y'all come over here and subscribe to me on X. I'm starting to go live over here. I'm starting to get familiar with the platform. I'm trying to learn it. I'm trying to grow over here. What else? Not out. You said she had too much adrenochrome. AWB, MOS. Okay, what is MOS? Let me see. MOS. Mosaic Company. Is that what you're talking about? Mosaic Company. Let's go out to the monthly time frame. Let's go out to the 3-month. And Mosaic Company trading at $24 a share. It looks like it's currently in the market maker sell model. Let me go out to the 12-month. Looking at the 12-month time frame, it looks shit, bro. It looks like crap, to be honest. It looks dead, right? Not even on the yearly chart. It doesn't look good at all. I don't know what to say about this one right here. Do you want to put your money into something that's kind of like this volatile? I don't know. It's a fertilizer stock. Okay, I got you. Mosaic Company. Well, guess what? They're going to need some prayers and hopes. And anything else before I get up out of here, y'all? Anything else before I get up out of here? Like I said, if y'all want to come tap in on the Patreon, the link is in my bio. Y'all go to my YouTube page, click the link in the bio. Y'all want to come over here on X, tap in with me on X. If you want to join the Discord, the link is in the description. The link is in the chat description right now. If y'all want to join X, if y'all want to, it's so many platforms. If y'all want to join the Discord, click the link in the description on YouTube. Y'all on X, y'all come over to YouTube, click the link in the description to get access to the Discord. So that's going to be that, man. I got 14 people. How many of y'all over there watching me on YouTube, watching me on X? I don't know. But anyway, AWB, wait. I'm losing. Was trying to see how the two compares to cattle. Okay, I got you. You comparing the fertilizer market. Lenny, Irene, let me go look. Irene, let me go see. Irene Limited. All right. So Irene Limited, Lenny, you be knowing them, man. $48. It's at a premium, clearly, just by looking at this. This is a 12-month time frame. Go down to the monthly. On the monthly time frame, Irene recently dropped down to a BTC, buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency, which is a discount. You see that? Traded down into it. Again, if y'all brand new, this shit works on every chart, every market. It don't matter, right? It don't matter. Trades down into the BTC. Bing. Just like that. Took out previous month's liquidity inside the BTC, and now it's starting to rally. It's reaching for premium levels. You can see the stock market rallying. Let's go down to the weekly. You kind of missed the discount. You could have got it down here around $30 per share, but now it's starting to rally up. As it rallies up or higher, it just traded into this SIBI right here on the weekly. Right? So it traded into this SIBI on the weekly. Right? And it's kind of holding strong inside that SIBI. So you got a SIBI plus volume balance. That's where Irene is currently trading so far. How about NTR, AWB, NTR, let's look it up. Nutrient Ltd, another fertilizer company, I assume. It don't look like fertilizer companies are doing pretty good, but this one's better than the other one you said. It's at $70 a share. 12-month time frame. On the 12-month, they just hit the market in 2018, and it's kind of been on a yearly, it's sideways. Go out to the monthly. On the monthly, I can't even determine a clear dealing range in this. I could, but it's retracing down now. Maybe it comes down to this BTC right here. If it wants to drop any lower, that'll be a level of interest if you're interested. That is the fair value gap from January 2026, first month of the year. So right there, BTC. When it traded up, what did it reject off of? Look over to the left. Bearish order block right here. You could use these two down close candles, but it traded up into this bearish order block. Also, this is it's high resistance as well. It was high resistance. So they're kind of like have this market in a high resistance condition. Victor, what's up, Victor? You think DAG can go lower? Let's go look at DAG, Victor. Let's go. Can it go lower, man? Let me show you how low it already is. If it go any lower, man, it's gonna fucking not exist. DAG is already sitting at 0 pennies. How much lower do you want it to go? Look, Victor, you can literally go in your pocket right now. You can go in your pocket and pull out your fucking lint and buy DAG. You can do that right now. You can pull out lint out your pocket and go buy some DAG right now. That's how cheap it is. How much lower do you want to go? You want to go into the negatives? -3. I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. It's at 0 pennies right now. 0 pennies. I'm actually in the red because I just bought it just because I said, hey, I'm just gonna buy this shit. Sell side liquidity right here. Sell side liquidity, that's about zero. It's 0.004. That's where the sell side liquidity is. Right now you can get it for 0.008. So a fraction of I don't even know the math on that because I'm not an expert in math, but 0.008 compared to 0.004. That's what you can get it at right now. You can buy that right now for nothing. Not out. Yeah, what about DAG? Okay, I got you, not out. I just explained it. If it go any lower than that, bro, it's going to go to 0.000. Shit. So it's literally going to be worth nothing. Nothing, bro. Bro, you literally can just go scrape the earth. Go to a grocery store and just look in the parking lot. Go to the grocery store and look in the parking lot and find every penny that you can find on the ground. You know people don't care about pennies. You're going to go to the parking lot in any shopping center, find pennies on the ground, and you can accumulate fucking DAG. That can be your only mission right there. Don't use your working money. Don't use your trading money. Just go to the parking lot. Look for change, spare change on the ground. Hell, somebody homeless. A homeless man will give you some spare change. And that's how you come up on DAG. That's how you should come up on DAG. But yeah, that's DAG right there, man. What else? The rally, probably better off keeping the pennies nowadays. They stopped making them. You damn right. Pennies are worth more than that. Shit. Let me see. Yeah, man. I definitely appreciate y'all joining, man. Like I said, if y'all haven't got in the Discord yet, y'all should have your opportunity. The link is in the description. I pretty much covered every topic. We're going to have a successful, productive week, even if it's just learning, right? Even if you learn something this week, don't let the week beat you up. Y'all have a productive week, right? Y'all stay focused. Y'all stay motivated. Hopefully I'm motivating y'all. Hopefully y'all start learning how to do this skill so y'all can change your situation. Hopefully you learned something in this live stream because I went over a lot of stuff. Like I had some gems in here. I don't know if y'all caught it. You know what I'm saying? When I talked about Bitcoin and how you can do some high frequency stuff, you know what I'm saying? If you missed anything, go back and watch the live stream. But I covered a lot. You know what I'm saying? I covered a lot in a short period of time. I covered many markets, the main markets, and we're going to keep it moving. This is a day-to-day journey, right? This is an everyday journey. This is a lifestyle. So learning technical analysis, learning the markets, make it into a lifestyle to where it's just a habit that you do. You got to love it. It's no point in stressing about what your asset can do, especially for my crypto people. Like banking all on one thing, that can be miserable, right? So you need to kind of like learn different things, which that's what I'm teaching you, so that you can take your mind off of just like, it's a bigger world out there. I'm gonna say that. It's a bigger world, and I just showed you some of it. So, yeah, make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe, click the link, subscribe to all the links, right? YouTube, Patreon, Twitter, X, which X is Twitter. Subscribe to our Discord, link is in the description. Y'all hit all the links up. I see y'all on the inside of my channel, bro. Until the next time, peace out.